Hi, my name is Denise Lush and I am here with Grafix today to make a mini journal. So the Grafix products that we will be using today include the Grafix Double Tack Mounting Film. We will be using 3 pieces of the 6x6 Black Chipboard, 1 sheet of the Grafix Craft Plastic. This measures 12 by 12, but we will only need a piece about 5 by 5. We will be using the Grafix Mixed Media Journal, which comes with many different substrates, and even the discs to bind the album. And last but not least, we will be using 1 sheet of the Dura-Lar clear film. We will also be using some acrylic paints, a pair of scissors, an Exacto knife, a pencil, a ruler, and a cutting mat. And I also have this Art Foamy stamp. It does have a design on the one side, but I am just using it for the back to create a polka dot. We will start by using 1 sheet of the Dura-Lar clear film. I'm going to lay down a craft sheet so I don't get my work surface dirty. And we're going to start just by taking some paint and brushing it all over the surface. As you can see, there's no pattern, there's no rhyme or reason as to where the color is going. You're just going to put some paint all over your piece randomly, so you're getting a bit of each color everywhere. When the paint has been covered over your surface, I'm just taking the brush and going over the entire thing, spreading the paint, blending them together. While we wait for this to dry, we will move on to the next step. Grab one of your 6x6 black chipboard pieces, and you're going to measure in from the sides 1 inch from all 4 sides. Now connect those lines. This creates a 4 by 4 inch square in the middle. Now you're going to take your Exacto knife and cut out this square. So make sure you have a self-healing mat under your chipboard so you don't cut your surface. One great thing about this Grafix chipboard, it is black all the way through. So once you make a cut, there's no worries about having to go in with black paint to cover up any exposed natural chipboard. It is all black all throughout. I love that. So we will not be using this small 4x4 cutout. You can put that aside and save it for another project. We will be using this for our front cover. I'm bringing back the craft mat because we will be using paint again, and I'm taking 1 sheet of the Grafix clear plastic. Now we don't need this entire piece, so I am going to cut a piece that's going to sit behind our cutout piece of chipboard. So let's cut a piece that's 5 by 5. These sheets of graphic plastic have a film to protect it on both sides. So we are going to remove one side of that film. And we're going to exchange our cutting mat for a craft sheet. So with the side that's still protected with the film, we'll lay that down on our craft sheet. We're going to create some white polka dots with our circle foam stamp. Now we will put this aside to dry. Once the paint has dried on your Dura-Lar sheet, you can either write something, draw something, and cut it with an Exacto knife, or put it through your die cutting machine, a Silhouette, Cricut, whatever you have, and whatever you wish to cut out. I have used the words "just play," and I cut them out with a frame around the border. And this is going to get glued to the inside of the black chipboard. Now it looks like I'm going to have to trim a bit more off, but it'll get placed just so. If you're using something like a Silhouette or a Cameo to cut out your words or your image, you want to place the Dura-Lar sheet on your mat so the paint side is up. Because if you put it paint side down, then when you peel it off, a lot of the paint could come off onto your craft mat. And with that being said, you want to make sure your image is flipped for cutting. I made that mistake the first time. Okay, here I have a sheet of Grafix double tack mounting film, and I'm going to use this to put my album together. So I'm going to cut some strips to place along the outer frame. On one side of your cutout chipboard you have some pencil marks, so we will attach, that will be the inside of the cover, and we will attach this to that so you don't see the pencil marks. So we're going to apply some of the Grafix double tack mounting film onto the front side of our Dura-Lar piece. So there's paper on each side, and you just have to remove one side and apply it. Once you have it adhered to your Dura-Lar piece, you can remove the other side of the paper from the tape. If you notice, I just like to remove the corner and fold it back. That way I can get my positioning and not have to worry about it sticking before I am ready. Once you have your placement, you can hold it down and remove the rest of the backing. And then it's like our quote, our words just float there. Okay, now we're going to take that piece of Grafix craft plastic and we're going to remove the other side of that film. So pretty. Now we're going to flip over our cover and we're going to attach this non-painted side against our cover. Once we have that in place, we're going to take some more Grafix double tape mounting film and place it around all four sides, making sure to get it on the craft plastic and on the side, so it's covering both. Once you have all your tape in place, you're going to do the same thing as you did before, folding back a portion of the paper on the tape. You're going to take another piece of the 6x6 black chipboard and place it on top of that cover. And you're going to make sure everything is lined up. Once you have it in place, you will remove that paper. And press, make sure it's all joined together. You're going to assemble your Mixed Media Journal with a clear plastic sheet on the front and on the back. Apply some of the double tack mounting film around the perimeter of your piece, not getting too close to your disc. Then you're going to attach your cover. Then do the same with the back. And here you've customized your Grafix Mixed Media Journal.